Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Langaskea Winter. We shall be watching MTV Stephenn fighting for the Soviet Union and the 255th Mechanized Brigade here with mechanized support tactics, advanced warfare tactics, and counter-attack tactics. So there's definitely a bit of this and that here for Stephenn. With 2 conscripts on the way, opposing him shall be Porygon, who's gone straight on here for elite troops, fighting for the CoH2 Deutschland, with 2 grenadier units on the way, with the pioneers heading up straight after setting up the Infanterie Company. Points are rapidly being plopped down, and barbed wire also initially going down here for Porygon. So there you go. Back to Stephenn of Australia. The first infantry unit here arriving for Porygon. Stalwart Grenadier. Conscripts arriving here, we're seeing Stephenn heading here towards the west. Going straight for the munitions point. What could this bode for Stephenn and his Soviet troops? Third squad of conscripts arriving. We're seeing also an emphasis from Porygon heading towards the right hand side as well, sort of close to the munitions point and fuel points, but initially both places not rushing for the fuel point, but actually taking effort to secure the munitions before that. A bit of barbed wire going up here, sort of probably to make it a bit harder to make straight towards this munitions point. An interesting approach here by Porygon. Going straight for the victory point there. Bit of a rush there from Stephenn, in fact, compared to his erstwhile opponent. With an MD-42 arriving there to support Porygon's further efforts. Pioneers being caught in the deep snow, awkwardly wading through and coming under fire even more awkwardly, in fact. Grenadiers moving in. Pioneers might want to just consider retreating. Looks like none managed to get killed right there, impressively enough. Pioneers falling back there by a fence, opening up the conscripts. Another gun's coming up the right hand side, they're going to be counting more conscripts. MD-42 on the move here to support the Grenadier. That could have caused Stephenn's conscripts there a bit of a headache. Noting no upgrade so far for Stephenn's conscript Nicky. Company is hiding over here, and there go MD-42, unleashing doom and gloom of the Teutonic kind as the gunners then push in closer under the aegis of the MD-42. There go conscripts suppressed, meaning they'll be doing less damage. Then it's going to finish them off. Gunners are fighting up there, not looking too good versus the conscripts down to half health. The conscripts having the upper hand then. Here on the other hand, the conscripts are not having a fun time in their hand, in fact pretty much losing without managing to do much damage. MD-42 shifts further forwards, more conscripts arriving here for Stephenn. No further units so far arriving for Porygon. Communist leg is suppressed. Flamethrower up, a bit late then. MD-42 quickly shifting over to the conscripts there, trying to support the gunners now down to half health, but can the MD-42 turn the tide as well? Likely, there we go. One man dropping on both sides, and there we go. Conscripts quickly retreating, beating a very brave retreat. Gunners here falling back into the building. 2 men down, kicking in the door and likely going to kick out the other door, but no, apparently holding out here still for aid from the MD-42. Looks like a sharpshooter has been summoned here on by Porygon. Pioneers here forced away by the might of conscripts. Nothing going on so far in Stephenn's face. Field infirmary though is going up, but nothing else. Pioneers might want to consider falling back for a bit of reinforcement, a bit of patching up there. Or is he intending to set up a forward command bunker and fight from there?
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
What are your orders? It is cold out here.
So far no command intros here from Stephenn, and so far we've seen nothing here of Porygon. No stun grenades either, which might have been able to help him here and there, but so far no real close engagement, I suppose. Sniper here taking up sight and shooting there with his scoped Gewehr 43. Generally the K98K was preferred, since when it's about snipers generally. Rate of fire isn't so much important as firepower and of course range and such, and that the K98K had slightly advantage in terms of the Gewehr 43, but there we go. There we go, he's actually now using the commander. He's training up his guns there to veteranly fleeking the light machine and Gewehr. Getting it far back. Oh, there we go, conscripts dropping like flies, like very fat, khaki-clad flies, but nonetheless like flies. Gunners need to consider falling back here versus the conscripts. And so might these as well. In fact, there we go. Conscript flanking on this MD-42 here. Not a healthy position. It's elite Grenadier moving in there with the sniper in tow.
You have orders?
Need to fall back here, need to fall back. Rifle grenades flying through the air. The Soviets, by the way, did not utilize rifle grenades in the war. That was something the Americans, the Germans, and the British utilized, I believe. Maybe also the Japanese, but I'm less sure about that. Generally, though, how they utilized them was a bit different from army to army. The Germans actually utilized a small little thing they placed on the rifle, then fired a grenade off from that. The British basically modified a grenade, and I believe the Americans used sort of the same system as the Germans. The Germans also had anti-tank rifle grenade. I think the British might also have had some. Maybe it was the Americans, less sure about that. Well, that was a little fun thing there. Troops reinforcing there, and we're seeing a Soviet sniper on the way. Like, might try and catch the German one. And mines going up there as well. Not a bad spot. Usually see a bit of movement here, so a mine up there, of course, could make that less fun. Advancing up here, there's a pioneer, not reinforced. More guns moving up here for Porygon, and we're noting another squad has been trained up here, immediately Veteran C3 as well. I mean, rather interesting to note. I mean, so few players actually utilize the ability early on here. We see Porygon actually utilizing it twice. There actually seems to be someone who's actually committed to using the commander a bit more than most others would be, which is actually quite interesting. I mean, with this, he's actually already spent 50 fuel on getting these Veteran C3 grenadiers, so any sort of attacking from him will be considerably delayed, and he will certainly need to gain a lot of territory and probably also deny Stephenn fuel as well. Otherwise, I mean, he's going to be rather far behind. But there we go. I mean, 2 Veteran C3 grenadier squads with light machine guns. He's really doing his best to sort of get the most out of it, which is quite interesting to note here. Sniper firing in support. Scout coming up support here. Grenadiers need to fall back. Zurückfahren. Alternating here, already 2 shots in on the other Veteran C3 grenadiers, and it's already close to halfway to Veteran to 1. At the same time, he's been engaged by flamethrower engineers, need to fall back. Fun. Grenadiers continue firing away. Forcing where the country was there with superior firepower and marksmanship.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
MD-42 and Grenadiers moving up. Sniper here, moving behind.
What do you have for us?
Nothing going on here in the base of Porygon. Pioneers forced away as well. Close to extinction. Oh, they might in fact get wiped out by the scout car. Backing in, and the 30 caliber machine gun. Ow! Slightly unfortunate driving there. Grenadiers are not looking good, though the snipers really are doing a nice bit of work here for the Soviet peoples. Grenadiers are continuing to fire away.
Supply lines have been cut.
Noting here that what the Grenadiers doing here is called Sturmfire, which is actually something the Germans did have for sort of firing one man, though generally, I mean, if you had nothing else to sort of fire on, the preferred method was actually to sort of use another Grenadier as a, well, support. Oh, and losing a Grenadier squad there on the retreat to a mine. Oh, how unfortunate. Scout car rushing in as well. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible here for Porygon. A nice rear assault here from Stephenn on the scout car. With flamethrowers and the sniper. Oh, cooked alive. Cooked alive. There we go. Porygon going a bit, oops. And we're seeing a fuel cache up, by the way. Probably not a bad idea to sort of, you know, try and make up for the fact he's been spending a lot of resource into this. Of course, anytime we can't do enough damage with them, of course, it will be a bit for naught. Oh, scout car backing straight into the Grenadiers. Straight in, but looks like they might be able to get out of there. And looks like the MG42 got cleared up, but looks like the Grenadiers are quick to pick up and pack up.
Incoming rounds!
So right here, that's a good mitigator again for the fact he's been taking a lot of resources there. Again, it's manpower less there, but again, I imagine he's sort of hoping by spending more towards, he'll have to spend less manpower in the long run, and thus this can make up for it. It's definitely interesting, Stephenn sort of pushing ahead here. Mines going up, scout car, needs to be careful, might get Panzerfaust here, a bit too close. And there we go, Heinz pulls the Panzerfaust, and there we go, kaput! A small victory there for Deutschland. Conscious moving in through the thick blizzard. The Grenadiers also slow advancing, need to be careful, they don't get too close to the flamethrower here. Already, by the way, Veteran T2. Stephenn really getting the most out of those flamethrowers. No attempt here, stun grenades again. I think that could actually work. This is the combat engineers getting close up. I mean, don't forget the stun grenades. Don't forget, we're actually seeing here a rush for the support armor. Caught inch enough here from Porygon. But again, encountering these elite Grenadiers. The conscripts do run into a bit of a headache, and they're going to be forcing up support. The Grenadiers. Sniper gets another kill here. Close to Veteran 2 already. I mean, they're really getting the most out of the fact that Porygon is pouring resources into these Grenadiers. and presenting fewer, but also more meaty targets, if you will. I mean, there we go. I mean, only 10 kills, and they're close to Veteran 2. This would not be possible without elite troops providing him with a lot of experience. At the same time, though, Conscripts here took an absolute thrashing and got murdered right there. These Grenadiers definitely doing their job for Germany. Pioneers are once more into a bit of trouble. We're seeing a bit of harassment going from Stephenn, rushing in on the right flank as well. Good job, taking advantage of the fact that Porygon will be a bit limited in overall troops to sort of control the field at the moment. Into Zaba, and we're seeing here some Tank 10 command up. Also noting, mechanized support has been chosen here, and Guards rather than ramming. He's probably expecting a bit something vehicular. He's trying to get the Guardsmen to sort of help with that. And we're seeing a Panzer on the way to also note the really low unit count here for Porygon. Again, that's another side again of troop training. I mean, you simply can't afford that many troops at the same time. Sort of want to keep it going, in particular since he also wants to mitigate the fuel. And again, he needed a fuel cache for that. So, I mean, it's a rather risky game that in some regards, you know, Porygon is playing. But if he handles those guys well, I mean, in the long run, he will be able to do quite a bit of damage with them. Also in here, nice sandbag position up there. Good. Panzer Kampfwagen almost bereit.
How can we help?
Interesting enough, there's no attempt to hit Jaeger infantry packages though for the Grenadiers so far. I mean, that could be another little bonus there for these Grenadiers and further increase the firepower on them. And trying to get more out of that veteran 3 stages he bought for them.
We have a new Panzer 4.
And there we go, Panzer Kampfwagen 4. And there we go, Grenadiers taking another loss to a sniper. But now we do see a bit of Panzer Werke moving in. Another kill there for the snipers, and there we go, retreating through the thick snow. Pentamon machine gun up there on the Panzer 4. And Conscripts rushing in from the other side. Oh, not good. Nice hit on the anti-tank with the Indian block there. Guardsmen attacking the fuel cache. Porygon rushing into this Panzer 4 to try and defend it, most likely. And we're also seeing here large efforts going. And we are noting S-Mines going down here for Porygon. Good job there. MG42 though setting up. He's likely looking to sort of really deny that fuel point here. The Grenadiers, despite being low on health, actually managed to push back the Grenadiers, or Conscripts. And noting another Pioneer squad arriving for Porygon. Troops here falling back, and there we go, a minor minefield here. Should make taking this fuel point back a bit of a chore for Stephenn. Bit of a chore. And the first tank here arrives from the Soviet Union, the T-34-76.
Yes?
Grenadiers not having most fun time. They're low on health. They're easy targets in many regards. And we're noticing another sniper up here for Porygon on the way. Fresh mines up here. Good job, Stephenn.
Objective captured.
The new unit has arrived.
And there we go. Deutsche Scharfschütze on die Weg. Noting up here bunkers. What we're noting here, Stephenn's actually not pushing. He could actually disrupt this bunker going up, but so far seems to be not paying attention. Panzer 4, defects bereit. And there we go, trying to repair the fuel cache as well. Good job. Panzer 4 slowly moving, Grenadiers holding up. And there you go, he actually trained up the sniper while giving him veteran 2 and also access to the incendiary explosive round, which actually works all right when it comes to dealing with enemy snipers if you can aim it correctly. Grenadiers need to fall back, and there we go, veteran 2 on the snipers, veteran 2 increasing their rate of fire as well. A rather rapidly gained veteran 2 sniper, but again thanks to part 2 troop training. Ironically, it also helps your opponent vet up faster if you're not careful. Or if your opponent is just as devious as Stephenn clearly is. And there we go, Maschinengewehr Widerstandnester going up. But note here the heavy sandbag position here actually helps a bit, will protect somewhat against the suppression effects.
Sniper here.
And T-34 advancing, MG42 will need to fall back. Not sure why he left his MG42 over here. S-mines going off. It looks like we see the sniper here creeping forward. He's hoping to catch the Soviet snipers. And then unleash one B-Patronen. Beobachtungspiloten, which basically means observer round. Net for artillery observers, I believe. And there we go. Snipers reveal themselves. Will he get off? Will he get it off? There we go. And went down. The other sniper catching on fire like a candle. So there we go. A nice little surprise there, courtesy of Porygon. Stephenn apparently had not thought of that.
You found something?
Nice move there, though. Though again, a bit expensive. But again, we are noting here that despite having a smaller force, I mean, he is getting some mileage out of it. Which I imagine is rather what he wanted. Interesting enough, no minesweepers here from Porygon, but overall there's not been an awful lot of mines from Stephenn either, which I think might have been a slight problematic thing he probably could have invested in. We're actually noting he's actually gone for a support bomb company here, adding in a field gun. I mean, might actually want to consider getting a mortar. That can actually work nicely. No, nope, mine there, Minen.
Enemy Panzer!
Sturmgeschütz on the way. The T-34 bombarding a bit, hoping to catch a few unfortunate Grenadiers with the 76.2mm high explosive shells.
Pioneers ready for anything!
Bolsheviks!
There you go, T-34 continues to sort of drive around, bombarding here and there, hoping to catch someone. But so far, limited success. But there you go, T-34. Spots the Panzer IV, but fires after the Grenadiers. And there we go, and they just hit a mine. Guardsmen actually suffering some gruesome loss there to the Grenadiers. Dropping rather heavy anti-tank rifles. S-mines going up there on the far flank. Nice move, the conscripts are moving straight into it. Blew up in their faces, but didn't kill anyone. That was a bit fortunate, I suppose. That could easily have ended in tears for the Soviets. Well, probably some tears as well for the Germans. Those would have been tears of laughter. They're going in most of the car. Oh, setting off the S-mine in front of their own men. That's not good. Sniper needs to be careful though. Sniper needs to be bleeding damn careful. One wrong hit and that's going to be a lot of resource all of a sudden down the drain for Porygon. We're noting a Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen here on the way. Sturmgeschütz has rolled vorwärts. Maschinengewehr up there on the top. Light barrels here up. And points here being harassed as well. Good. I wonder what he's intending with that. Stugolsen, still no Jäger infantry upgrades, and still no sign either of the stun grenades. I think that's a bit unfortunate. And there we go, Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen moving vorwärts. Also noting another bunker going up here. Looks like Porygon is rather dependent to a certain extent, again due to the lower man count, on bunkers to hold up at least some of the more central points. Overall, not a bad idea. Actually, it's a rather interesting strategy he is playing out. T-34 slowly advances forwards, creep through the hedgerows, as much as an upbring tank can do that. Meanwhile, the Germans at the same time concentrating straight into it and realises they got to move into a not very happy place. Looks like he actually trained the Stuttgart, getting Veterans 1 and the target weak point ability there for the Sturmgeschütz. Good. Stephenn getting a fuel cache, in fact getting several fuel caches of his own. Might it be that he's actually saving up for an ISU-152? Oh, and there you go, they actually hit the S-mine in this case. Oh, there we go, this time they were not quite as lucky. 2 Russians down. Panzer IV coming up from the field gun and the T-34 needs to pull back. So quick phone. Guardsman exchange to the MD bunker here, and another MD holding up the center here. Counter being rather suppressed and possibly a bit depressed here. Same thing happening on the right hand side. And there we go. Veterans 1 for the Panzer IV. T-34 was forced away, but also getting Veterans 1 in its own right. And a minor massacre for the conscripts as they encounter one of those Veterans 3 Grenadier units. Hiccup. Also, this was pretty much the common standard for any kind of bunker emplacement for the Germans on the Eastern Front, since rarely were they actually ever allowed to sort of build anything with more time on their hands, anything, you know, fortified and made out of concrete. So it generally tended to be earthen dugouts and the likes, or other positions improvised. Or for that matter, reinforced houses. So, little fun fact there. T-34 receiving repairs, Veteran 2 commissioning that, good. More S-mines going up. I mean, he's really taking it seriously there with these S-mines. That's good, that is good.
How can we help?
And we're seeing here that Porygon is basically keeping up pressure, sort of hoping to keep Stephenn a bit on the back foot as he keeps advancing for the glory of the Reich. And immediately comes under fire here from the T-34 car, and quickly following as well. DPs have been upgraded for them as well, that is good. But that quick results in a rather hasty retreat here. MD-42 is a conscript from exchange to the MD-42. Panzer 4, and noting here, bombing strikes have now been made available for Stephenn. And over here, there's S-mines in support, active man to push away 2 conscript squads. In fact, denying Stephenn any of the fuel except those 2 fuel casualties he now possesses. Showing those to actually be a nice bit of foresight here, as they do ensure he doesn't suffer a huge drop in fuel anyways. Though at the same time, we note here with 2 fuel cache points and a fuel cache, Porygon is getting quite a bit more than his erstwhile opponent. But it seems pretty clear now he is going to be hoping here on the ISU-152 heavy assault gun. And at the same time, Panzer 4 moving in, Sturmgeschütz following up. Field guns and other infantry moving on from Stephenn at the same time. The fight has shifted from here to here, hoping to sort of shift things around perhaps and gain some more progress. Nice thinking there by Porygon. But looks like he's for now falling back here. The thick snow not really helping, and the field gun here and the guardsman presenting quite a bit of an obstacle. Alternating up, bunker up here. S-mines continue to rang off under the treads of the T-34, but they do nothing. They do nothing. Panzer 4 taking a few hits there from field guns and anti-tank rifles. Stug moving up there. Stug 40 firing away. And there we go. Target weak point, stunning the crew. Almost down, and Stug here close to Veteran 2 as well. Can he get it? Ach, scheiße, Friedrich, you missed. Blitzing around with the Panzer 4. Sniper moving up here. Trying to get a beam of tornado. Shooting at a guardsman. Khan's getting caught here in a deluge of fire from several sides. Panzer 4 on the hunt here for the T-34 field gun turning about. And there we go, suppressed. The machine gun bunker, though, much more than a hole in the ground at the moment. And we're seeing Mark Field going in here, hoping to get that Panzer 4 and wipe it out for the glory of the Soviet people. T-34 at the center. Oh! Sniper caught here out in the open. Veterans who will be gained here. And there we go, Sniper dead. That was definitely Porygon there, perhaps getting a bit too good for his own good. A bit too eager. Resulting in the loss of a valuable German soldier. And there we go, nice hit there with Mark Vehicle from the field gun. Pretty much almost knocks out the Panther 4 and gains the field gun Veteran 2. Anti-tank there into the Stug, damaging the engine as well. Porygon's armoured department is beginning to look a bit rubbish. Stephenn is actually flooding an awful lot of manpower. He should be careful about that. He should be greatly careful about that. Perhaps getting some more infantry, perhaps some more guardsmen, but he should not be flooding that much manpower. Again, I mean, the RC-152 is expensive, but that's no reason to float that much manpower. Oh dear, Stug might be lost. We do see attack against Veteran G2. Popping smoke here. Slowly pulling through the snow, looks like. Nope, not heavy engine damage. That's always something. And Grenadiers are quick to advance forward to help cover up the Sturmgeschütz just in case. Alternating, I mean, interestingly enough, considering everything in the command he's chosen, we're not seeing Porygon actually training up the Pioneers to help speed up the repairs. Slow advance here for the Grenadiers. One squad running cover. The other one leads the way. Second field gun here running for Stephenn, clearly perhaps feeling a bit worried about what might come soon because, I mean, he knows what his opponent's gone for and he knows what it means. That means a tide race sooner or later. ISU-152 available.
We have a new unit.
And there we go, summon forwards.
Taking losses!
Spheral Boy, the Beast Killer, is here.
Where do you need us?
Grenadiers continue to hold out the other one squad is about to freeze to death. Looks like he might be trying to pull into a building to warm up. Panzer 4 moving in, and there you go, bunker went down. One final shot, and there you go, ISU-152 just almost shatters the building with one hit. Only one man dies, but the rest might want to consider quickly evacuating the premises. Hardly the safest place to be anymore. Panzer 4 here versus T-34. Blitzing in, veteran 2 for the Panzer 4 as well. Looks like it actually pulls back here, but there we go, anti-tank grenades being the reason he doesn't want to get immobilized. At least with the damaged engine from the ISU-152. Second building with the Grenadiers here, providing further resistance to the Soviets. And a Tiger Ace has been summoned up here to provide support. Noting no douche upgrade here for the ISU-152. Well, that was a bit of a miss. Then they just need to get out of there before that's too late as well. And there we go, the building collapses under the sheer might and weight of the 152mm high explosive shells that the ISU-152 throws at the enemy. Tiger Ace is here forwards at the front. Immediately opening up there, taking a good shot there on the guardsman. Second shot flies. Stormgear should bring up support as well. Panzer 4 again, if he just could also be pulled in here. It's actually time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation, his team is very much on the back foot at the moment. At the same time, I mean, he possesses a few aces here against the armoured might of the Germans. He's got several field guns, including one veteran 2. He's got a veteran 2 T-34, and he's got the ISU-152. Plus, he's got a commander, which really allows him to get the most out of it with marked vehicle, which basically means a shot from an ISU-152 field gun will just do even more damage. Plus, he also has one bombing strike available, but then he can't use that, so I'd rather save up the resources for those. But then again, I mean, even the Tiger Ace can then encounter some serious issues with marked vehicle at the right time, and then just field guns and ISU-152 and say some guardsmen buttoning it out. I mean, that could easily prove to be the demise of the Tiger Ace if Porygon then is not careful. Stephenn, though, needs to break free in some regards, and I think in part, what he should try and do is actually sort of force Porygon to spread out. I mean, that's sort of the danger of the way that Porygon plays. I mean, he's going to have a very hard time holding large amount of territory, and again, that's why he needs the bunkers. But at the same time, when the bunkers get cleared out again, he's going to have to sort of force troops out there. To a certain extent, Stephenn just keeps pushing out here with the T-34, doing some damage, knocking out bunkers, taking some points, harassing. I mean, he could probably force Porygon to spread out a lot more, and that could then give him an advantage. Otherwise, marked vehicle, the ISU-152, and field guns could probably do some serious damage here to the armored might that Porygon possesses, and that way probably pull it off. For also noting in terms of damage, Porygon so far has been in the lead. Also in kills wise, but that's not meaning Stephenn can't get back, but certainly Stephenn is probably feeling a bit pressured. For Porygon again, much smaller force overall, and again that's really where Stephenn needs to sort of land his blows, I think, trying to again sort of wrest control of the map from him that way. For Porygon, of course, he needs to sort of try and hold what he actually has at the moment. Again, the bunkers are going to be a bit part of that, but at the same time now with the Tiger Ace on the field, resources are much lower, much less available, and that's definitely something he needs to be careful about as well. Since a lot of damage all of a sudden could actually end up crippling Porygon a bit and certainly make him a much easier target for Stephenn. Certainly the main priority right now would be knocking up the ISU-152, blitzing in with the Panzer 4 from one side, perhaps blitzing in the Tiger from the front. A bit of target weak point on it could also work out, but everything needs to play in with the Tiger Ace, basically trying also to sort of avoid some of the field guns, and then have the Stu provide support from another angle as well. I mean, the tank's sort of trying to sort of pull off a pincer maneuver, so if here and here getting behind the field guns while the Stu keeps the ISU-152 occupied, also having one of the tanks then bait the ISU-152 so the Stu then can avoid, getting shot at frontally. I mean, he might actually stand a chance here of wiping out all what Stephenn has in one fell blow. But of course, if he just pulls off frontal assault, that's going to be a lot less like him. It's going to depend very heavily on maneuver in this department. Otherwise, further mining here around here would also be good, and I think some upgrades for the Grenadiers in form of Jaeger upgrades would be good, and train up those pioneers so they can repair your tanks faster as well. Back to Stephenn though, and back to the fight. Stu here moving ahead. Oh, leading the way in fact. I think that was a bad idea. And there you go, Tiger gets buttoned up. And there you go, target weak point on the IC-132 comes with the Tiger doing the same, but at the same time keeps getting buttoned up. And there you go, heavy damage. Note that at the same time, no marked vehicle on it. No marked vehicle on it. I think that's definitely been a Mac mistake. And there we go. IC-132 went down. Panther 4 rushing in from the other side. Probably should have hoped to circle behind the field guns instead of straight in front of them. This Panther 4 mine pack goes down. T-55 close going down, ramming ahead. Popping smoke here, Panther 4 escaping.
We are taking losses!
There we go, a rather narrow escape right there from Porygon. He lost his Duke Veteran 2. That was a very tragic loss there in my opinion. Tigrace though also took quite a flashing. I mean, Stephenn did lose Dodge 132, but overall, I mean, he did a lot more damage than he received, I think. At the same time, though, had he had marked vehicle on there, had he been quick to pop it on the Tigrace, that would have been good night there for Porygon. That would have even been game over. So that was in many regards rather bloody close here. And now we see the bunker coming under fire from the Veteran 3 field gun, though. That also needs reinforcements now. Panther 4 quick returning to the fight here. Porygon not having had enough. Decides to pull up another offensive here. Might try and get that T-34.
Enemy tank! Run for cover!
A bit of a hit and run maneuver. Hoping to cause a bit of havoc here, perhaps. Bit bold there. I mean, he could have risked losing that Panzer 4 to a few well-placed field gun shots or something. And there we go, engine damage. Another smoke screen laid down.
They opened up on us! Watch out! Comrade!
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called.
Further guard rifle from the roving. Field gun crew exterminated.
Heads down!
They did not have a fun time. MG42 setting up here. T-34 still doing repairs. I mean, the main gun really needs to be put together.
Leading, comrade!
Rapid grenade there. I mean, Porygon really doing his best to keep up the pressure now on Stephenn. But again, at the same time, he can't quite easily damash him due to the fuel catch right here, which prevents him from just cutting off the resource. Then we got another grenade on the gun. This time he needs to fall back. Down to one man. Zurückfallen. Schnell, Heinz.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Schnell.
Okay, that's the last one.
T-34 rushing in there. He's hoping to get the hull machine gun to sort of take him out, but doesn't quite succeed.
Conscripts here.
Comrade.
What do you need?
He needs that bloody thing repaired. We're seeing a second T-34 on the way now for Stephenn.
AT gun here.
Field gun has been forced. There's still the other one there,
The guards here.
which definitely also needs to be pulled back in the fight. The good fight. Panther 4 running back. We're noting here lots of pioneers. But again, I'm rather surprised that he hasn't bothered with troop training on just the two of them, because I mean, in some departments that would actually be less manpower, and overall we can probably also repair it faster than that just additional raw pioneer squad.
Enemy contact! Make it quick.
Oh, nasty hit down the Grenadiers. Looks like they hit a mine over there, and then a few other things. And there we go. Anti-tank rifles finish on the last one.
Get down!
Tigrace still once more ready for the fight, and popping back here to Porygon. Panther 4 almost ready to run close to Veteran 3-2. That's not half bad. Additional Grenadiers arriving to replace the ones lost in defense of the Reich.
It's done.
Guards moving ahead. Coming under rather serious fire here from the Panther 4 on the Tigrace. Panther 4 needs to pull back. Rather soon, there we go. Rifle grenade almost wiping out the guardsman. T-54 moving in to clear out the flank over there. Good, good. And there you go, Panther 4. He's actually sending the Panther 4 ahead, despite the heavy damage on it. I think that's a bit reckless there by Porygon. I think that's a bit reckless. In fact, he might end up losing it here. Destroyed engine almost down. And there we go. Panther 4 tragically lost. That was definitely a waste right there by Porygon. That was definitely a waste. Tigrace though continues, illuminated by the fires of its burning comrades. but quickly getting the devil out of there afterwards. Pioneers continue as well. They need to be careful. They are taking some nasty losses as well in this engagement.
Down to 200 points.
T-34 over here could, have tried to sneak up behind the Tigers and ram it from behind, I think. And there you go, veteran free for the T-34, making it rather mobile and have a rather high rate of fire. Tigers continue to fire here. T-34 falls back. Any opportunity to sort of ram the Tiger from behind and perhaps knock it out have been missed. Small hit there on the Tiger from the T-34. And S-Mine's over here, quickly prompting his team to fall. Push back his conscripts. Field gun moving ahead here. With tracking on, Tiger is taking down a bit of damage again. The field gun's doing quite lethal. We're taking another veteran to free. Tiger is close to going down there. Close. Only a sliver of health. Only a sliver of health. T-34 almost down though. Tiger is being hit one more for one parting shot, and there we go. Cooking apart the T-34 right there. Before then falling back once more. Still no training for the Pioneers, still no training there. Porygon losing another Grenadier squad in this fight. That is rather unfortunate. Conscripts moving ahead rather rapidly.
Grenadier squad at full strength. Grenadiers reporting.
And there we go. We're actually noting here these Grenadiers looks like to have been utterly fresh ones, have been equipped with the Jaeger upgrade, which means he lost the light machine gun Grenadiers. Rather tragic there.
Sector. We have a forward structure under attack.
Field gun hitting a bit of a bombardment, having to catch some Deutsche Soldaten. There we go, advancing through the deep snow. T-34 immediately opens up there with its main gun. Rapidly following up with a second shot. How did we get the trouble hitting anything though? And there we go, Tiger Ace moves ahead once more, straight from the field gun. There we go, immediately taking a lot of damage from it. And again, do not underestimate the power of veteran anti-tank guns or field guns. MD-40 continuing to hold up. Bunker also still standing there. The only bunker left really for Porygon. But he's leading the way. Tiger is following up straight into a lot of field guns. He needs to be careful, And there we go, buttoning it up. Still no sign of marked vehicles surprising up on the Tiger. I'm rather surprised at that by Stephenn, to be honest. And there we go, incendiary being launched on the MD-42, just shredding conscripts left and right now. Closing in on veterans free there, in fact. And there we go, veterans free. Huzzah! Stephenn looks like he's setting up for another ISU-152.
Tiger taking fire. Tiger claims another victim.
Tiger is here getting bombarded. Mega buttoning again. Will he this time pop mark vehicle on it? No, once more, and there we go. It's stun grenade up, but still no sign of marked vehicle. I am honestly surprised. And there we go, the MD-42 that quickly went down. Half track down. There's barely any units left here. The only thing really holding Porygon's force together currently is the Tiger Ace. Austrian flak pounds are being summoned forth. But Porygon's definitely overextending again. Stephenn is not trying to harass over here. I mean, if he did that, he could probably sort of get Porygon that way. Or for that matter, just utilize marked vehicle. T-34 though is back at the base once more. I mean, Stephenn's actually done an excellent job in keeping this one T-34 in one piece in operation and actually getting it to veterans free. And that is impressive. Looks like he's adding more flak punches to help deal with the infantry. Still, he might need some more actual infantry of his own. And again, I think, you know, training up some of those pioneers might also expedite repairs a bit better. And there you go. Flak Panther has been summoned forward. There we go. Second heavy assault gun arrives here for the Soviet Union.
Blizzard imminent. Panzer here. Tiger.
Rather interesting conclusion there from Porygon. And oh, good lord! Nicely played there, using tracking to basically get visuals on the Tigers and then wiping out most of those pioneers there. Absolutely vicious. Still no sign of marked vehicle. You see buttoning, but still no marked vehicle. I can't help but feel that really is one large mistake there. ISU-132 by the close to half health already. Moving through the smoke, actually having the Ostwind draw a bit here. Nice move there. ISU-132 needs to fall back. T-54 nearby. Tigers gets behind the ISU-132 using Blitzkrieg. Good. Ostwind doing it with the field guns. Also good. T-54 doing what he can. Then go butting up again. Now too late for the marked vehicle due to the blizzard. And rather unfortunate character. They go trying to ram it. But doing so from the front. Oh dear, this is utter madness. Oh, there we go, field gun closer, getting it. Can he get the field gun before the field gun gets the Tiger Ace? ISU-132 almost down. And there you go, popping smoke. Field gun misses. Ostwind moves in, clears out the crew. It's utter madness right there. Barely anything is visible due to smoke and, you know, burning vehicle smoke. Fired. Death. Trying to repair the T-34, but, you know, barely anything turning that together as well. And there you go, T-34 finally went down. Lots of more pioneers on the way here for Porygon. And quickly blitzing away. Trying to get off an anti-tank grenade, but can't quite get to it. Oh no, he just... Oh, wasted a veteran 3 counter swallow on that. And Ostwind is going to get it, I fear, before that. An absolutely brutal blow here, and that Tiger Ace is just barely operational.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
The situation is definitely looking rather dire for Stephenn, but at the same time, in considering things, he might actually still have a chance of making out of here.
Tiger ready.
Yes?
Since again, if that Tiger Ace goes down or anything else goes down, I mean, he might still have a chance, but again, one of the major things they've been lacking, you know, been some rather harassment going to sort of be taking advantage of the fact again that Porygon has few units. Stephenn here off for a last hurrah, it would seem.
You need something built?
Back to Stephenn, in fact. More field guns on the way. Pioneers rushing forward to repair the Tiger Ace in the freezing cold. Ostwind opening it, trying to clear out the bunker. Guardsmen, conscripts moving ahead. None of these doing what they can to hold back the infantry alongside the machine gun bunker, and so is the Ostwind. Ostwind almost down there, second field gun arriving.
We are pinned. We have lost a comrade. Under fire.
80 rifle almost there in front of them. It looks like they just have to fall back in the face of this vicious German front.
Standing by.
At this point they're still rather exposed. It seems like Stephenn has become obsessed with that one victory point here. Just that one point.
We are awaiting orders. We are awaiting orders. Replacements have arrived.
Blizzard is passing.
There we go, second field gun up. Can this provide Stephenn with a firepower he needs to break through the CoH2 Deutschland's defences? Tiger Ace firing support, MG42 and M firing away. And there you go, field guns up, bombarding, and there you go, knocking out the remaining bunker here. Tiger Ace under fire.
are taking heavy machine fire!
No munition for marked vehicle.
A mere 50 points.
Guardsmen are moving ahead there. Grenades going off on the MD-42, almost clearing it out. Tiger Race here taking heavy damage.
That's what you get. AT gun ready!
Osman's moving in, straight through the lines.
They are! Armor is engaging us!
A second Osman here riding for Porygon. Probably confident he won't be seeing any further armor. There we go, actually a T-34 on the way here from Stephenn, will be in time. Conscript's getting massacred. Tiger's being forwards. No blitzkrieg. Probably could have pulled off with blitzkrieg. And there you go, already veteran flee on the field gun.
Grenade! Enemy contact!
There you go, one field gun down. Osman moving up. And there we go, GG from Stephenn.
Guard squad ready.
GG.
All of our troops have been lost.
And a bit of a reminder there from Stephenn. Tiger Race is not rubbish. Yes, indeed. Bit of a brutal fight here. Rather interesting play here on elite troops here by Porygon. Actually making use of every ability and actually, utilising elite troops sort of more generally, actually relying on a smaller but more elite force and actually doing alright with it. Sadly, Stephenn never really sort of took advantage of that. Again, that Porygon would have a few amount of units in that way. Probably couldn't, to a larger extent, been outmaneuvered with some aggressive play. In particular, Stephenn was rather lacking in harassment as the game progressed, which really I think could have been one of the things that could actually undermined Porygon. And had he done that again, I think he could have gotten him. So that was really one of those mistakes there, I think, that cost Stephenn. But also the lack of marked vehicle. Again and again, once the Tigers appeared, he buttoned it up, but no marked vehicle. Had he gotten marked vehicle on it, that Tigers would have gone, and then likely Porygon would also have completely crumbled like a house of cards. So that was definitely the larger mistakes there from Stephenn, besides, again, taking advantage again of the lower squad and overall unit count from Porygon, again, meaning any grasp of the map was much more tenuous and dependent on bunkers. For Porygon, I'm rather surprised again, why he never trained any of his pioneers to sort of help with repairs again. That would mean, just say, having 2 pioneer squads and then expending manpower towards something else, which I definitely think was a bit of unfortunate situation. Also, I think the first engagement could have gone a bit better again had he sort of, attacked a bit better, but overall that's really it. I mean, good use of S-mines, good use of bunkers, good and interesting use of troop training, a bit rare we actually see such utilised. And good holding on, good use of the Tiger Race, and overall other things. They're reacting nicely to Stephenn, actually keeping Stephenn, focused on those higher, but, more damaging and potent units. And certainly doing quite nicely with them. I mean, that was really nicely played and really interesting play there. Rarely what we actually see sort of being utilised as elite troops, where elite troops in many regards ends up just basically being, the Tiger Race button. In some regards, so that was definitely nice to see. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this match, hopefully you had some fun with it, hopefully you also learned something, hopefully you're inspired to try out some new things thanks to this episode. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in me, provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.